Nada, Roto, Buddy, and Temmie. Hello. It's 3D model thing today. Up. The yellow hand disease is spreading. What else happened? You've already made a lot for other people at this point. So did any of y'all hear about the whole Ludio thing? No? Okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. Should we know? It's fine now. Very happy with how everything turned out. Should we know? If you exist on Twitter or the main Rain World Discord, you would know. So yeah, you don't need to know. That's all you need to know. The Rain World update with all the quality of life fixes will be delayed. That is the only thing that matters. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but it'll be a little bit. The Rain World vinyls, Kane. Good. It's not that. Inticus never put their thing up for it. Inticus made this song for me. I paid them multiple money. Everything you need to know is in the Rain World news and server announcements. On the thing, if you actually wanted to know. Otherwise, I can tell you what happened. If you want to know what really happened. Because a lot of people like to yell things that make no sense on Twitter at all times. Twitter is garbage. It's mostly just the people who you should never listen to have a platform that people will actually listen to them on Twitter in a lot of cases. Because if someone just yells really loud, people just forget who said it. And if it even makes sense. Alright, the basic idea. Did Ludo get cancelled? Yes. Basic idea is yesterday or like late 2 days ago. Well, the thing that was being tested was they had us on, a bunch of different people on for testing the new Rain World update, which is a bunch of quality of life mods being brought in as stock in Rain World, along with a few other fixes. All of them are really good, and we should all be really happy about when that happens. Additionally, there was a company named Ludio that approached Akupara about a year ago. And they wanted to add a feature where you could send, where you could copy, I guess what's the best way to put it? You could play the game in Arena, take a clip of what happened and send it to someone else, and apparently they would be able to, at any point, pause the clip and then play it for themselves as well, that exact scenario. I don't care about it. Maybe people would like something like that. It's kind of whatever to me. I didn't really look into it much more than that. I just made sure that the speedrun timer fix existed, which it did. So hello, Zaptrap. What else? And then, so about yesterday or 2 days ago, someone really noticed really looked at Ludio and their company, and their website front page is just filled with AI art, which is like, that's not too great. But then if you actually look into it even more, they're also an Israeli company that is a big supporter of Israel right now, which a lot of people really don't like that for a good reason. And a lot of people got really mad about it on Twitter, and then they kept poking the Rainworld mod team mostly all of yesterday. Rainworld mod team really didn't know what to do. At some point, they all got together and they were able to talk to 2 representatives from Akupara. Video Call also figured out through a bunch of the people tweeting them about it. And they also did their own thing. Who knows what they actually did. As I saw it from my end, all of the Railroad mod team talked to all of the 2 of the Akupara people, and all changed their name to very disparaging comments about Ludio, as well as closing down the server for at least 24 hours, or at least until it changed. So the server's been closed down since then. And within those 24 hours, they were actually able to get it so Ludio was dropped, and so that's where we're at now. So I think everything went about as well as it possibly could have. I think everyone... I feel like Akupara should have known. It doesn't surprise me that they wouldn't have known, because I know they're barely keeping everything together sometimes. But when everyone figured out what everything was about, everything came together really good. The mods shutting down the Discord was probably the best way to protest that as well. People have been more calm about it though. A lot of people just blamed a lot of the Rainworld moderator people when literally they did the best thing, which was close down the server. Which, if you want to protest it, you literally just shut everything down. I think they did good. I think people just thought they were silencing them, but that's not really what was happening. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of people just in the past 24 hours are just like pointing blame at certain people, like, this is why we never should have been with Akupara, the Rainworld moderators, we hate them. No. I don't think anyone really did anything purposely bad. Real Discord server, they just locked it down so no one can chat any channel. It should lift within the next 24 hours. I blame I told Lilith, by the way. I didn't see that. And Shrub. Dude, there's a lot of people that really don't like the main Rainbow Discord because they have difficulty understanding that it's one, for kids, and two, a large group of people that can't just pivot immediately. And all things considered, they pivoted immediately. And was one of the big reasons why anything got changed. There's a lot of people that knew what was going on and it was good about it. Yeah, I was still eating there. Sorry, if you could hear me eating. Mods were kind of stopping talk about Ludio for a bit, mostly because they didn't know how to deal with the situation at first. Because there's a lot of people just harassing people. That was kind of what was just happening. Which I get it, but I don't know. Hello, Pinkus. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. And have you seen this emote? Have you seen them? Understand what's going on? You don't need to. Don't worry about it. I can talk to you about it later if you really want to. But it doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, a lot of the emotes from Cozy recently were very good. It'll slow down everything. Depends. Yeah, I'm not sure your laptop. I didn't update the music either. Because I'm not gonna play this forever. That's why we gotta get you more commissions. So you can buy things. Very important. Not sure how I want to do a lot of this. They tell us theme music? I have no idea what that sounds like. I haven't fought them yet. And now it's updated. We're gonna keep all of these sections separate. I just need to think of how I want to do that. Like, do we want to make it rounded and then it kind of like is different curls? Gotta go now every time. Alright, thank you for stopping by. Hello, Dapper Plague Rat. Oh! Whoa! You also have the emote. Oh my goodness. I love it. Very good. Don't know how to imagine this back part. I guess we kinda got an idea. Everyone has the yellow hand disease now. I hope you're doing well, though. Dapper Plague, I am unsure when you stream. Most of the time. And can't watch the other times. Just press the Windows button again. The yellow hand disease. So I'm keeping it as ribbons right now. I'm gonna extrude them. When Dapper streams, well, I can still be around even then. You underestimate my power. Guess I'm gonna consider it as bands. I think the biggest thing for me right now is just not understanding the back. Which is why I kind of work on the legs here. So I can kind of just make a solid piece for once. Even then, these are all just like hollow shapes that I need to figure out how I want to do. Stream title. I love Fahrenheit. I'm just thinking about how I want to do the back here. Is my question for you. Should I make it so essentially it's a ribbon? There's a ribbon of metal going all the way around. Just this front part has the plastic covering. It's a little hard to understand what... I really kind of just want to make it so it's flat, just this whole section here. Because I'm understanding it less. This part is... it's like a plate backer, which I can figure out. But I've just been thinking about how I want to extend these before I make them actually 3D. Could def do that, make this flat in the back here, where these three ribbons are technically flat. I assume. I'm thinking about a connection for this waist part. Bionicles. I think I remember from Bionicles, yes. Very important reference material, Bionicles. 2 a.m. Pacific. Well, I'm not in Pacific. If you are, I don't know what's going on. Do not fist fight the cat. Don't do it. Because I'm just looking at... I just started the bands. I'm like, Don't know that work though. Hard time explaining the multiple bands kind of idea, you mean? Because I assume it would be something where the lower parts slide up and under the upper parts. Except I feel like that's the opposite case for the front. I guess the under parts always slide up under the over parts. You're pretending the chest doesn't exist in this case. Sort of telescopic, but it's at an angle and being twisted. And these little purple parts are just for decoration more than anything. Okay. I think I need to not have this smoothness here. I need to have it where it's like a thickness of plastic is going over itself. Is what I'm gonna go for. Before I extrude this out. I'm gonna have... What it's gonna end up is... I could probably leave this to be just this single panel thing and not actually 3D. Or at least like solid shape. Otherwise, I would pretty much just extrude it inward. And then I'd connect it like that, and then it would just be like an outer shell, and everything on the inside just wouldn't exist. Like, Pebbles would be hollow. That's kind of how I'm seeing it, where stuff can kind of bend inside of it. A lot of hollow space. And then I'm kind of just going to put balls with certain just material going out from them. Ball? Balling? Ball? That's why he's a bionicle. We figured it out. Gotta go back to cooking? Okay, thank you for stopping by. I have got the reference image I need in life. Please actually import. Yes. I love Bionicle. This is a product, actually, that you can buy on Etsy. The part that they're selling is the hands, because those aren't normal. That's why we got a Bionicle here. They're ball-jointed dolls. Makes perfect sense, too. I feel like it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't just be pink all around. I feel like that's the part I'm going to deviate. Outside of the neck and the back of the head. I feel like the body, I should just make it all pink. It also makes it easier, so I don't have to do this weird inset. That makes no sense. On initial thinking about it, I accidentally plugged the headphones. I'm gonna delete this. Oh no. Oh no. Merge vertices at by distance. Removed all of them. All of the normals are messed up. You will become a porcupine now. Okay, they're all supposed to be facing outward. Why don't we make the ones that aren't messed up and flip those? How do I flip again?
Spectrum business is made to work the way small business.
We can almost like to add the page numbers, the faces. We can slash the faces and Alt N, use shortcut Alt N.
Sorry, I had to listen to a little video for a second. Alt N. I thought it was Alt F. Guess that makes sense. There we go. I'm gonna save this as another version before I destroy the fabric of reality. Blender Guru before. Yes, I've listened to some of his podcasts as well. I'm trying to not really listen to his stuff as much, but because a lot of other people do better with specialized work than he does. So his stuff isn't terribly as relevant. Random thing he reminded me of. If you want to just... He's very good at just doing something and learning it. So it is worth your time to learn the Blender donut. I don't think there's anyone that really doesn't know the Blender donut as well. Only thing I watched is donut. There isn't too much that I know of that really matters. I found I learned how to map UVs and stuff through him. to DST VTuber? Huh? He what? Are you talking to me? I never made the donut. Those over there, I know. Showed you? Oh, okay. That's what you meant. You made the thing. The donut. Have you become a donut, Ithanol? Aware of a donut this is spoken of. Truly, you are one with knowledge. Oh, what's happening? Also, right now we're figuring out how this man works. So, what do you think, Ithanol? Do we make it so it's kind of telescoping, where this is the smallest piece, and then this will go fully over it, and this will go fully over the next one, and this will go fully over the next one, to some degree, and then the chess pieces on it. And so each of the pieces will kind of slide over each other. I feel as though this might not work when I rig this. But if we make it so everything stays within the thickness of wherever we're gonna make this, it can probably work. Why isn't this not electing it? Oh, you only ever done donut butter? Okay. Well, I mean, like, in a realistic sense. What do you think? Does that seem to make sense? Oh, second boring. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I also didn't do it. What if I learn Blender so we can Blender together? Blenders. Blenders. Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool. And yeah, if you definitely want it. I can definitely help with anything if you want. One thing that I think would be cool that you might be able to go into easily is retexturing stuff. Like, we have Pebbles here, but we could just give him a new paint job and he's a different iterator. That might be something you would be interested in. Funny enough, Stream Blender. I'm making his diaper. He's so full of diaper. No matter on my iPad, I feel like you understand some level of mechanical stuff. That's why I said. Nomad Sculpt. Oh yeah, so the two biggest things that if you want to do 3D modeling without actually doing 3D modeling, every single step, because I'm doing every single step, sculpting and just retexturing is a big job that isn't too complicated. And would legitimately be something that it's super cool to figure out. Sculpt like it's clay. I mean, yes. Sculpting is great for making a 3D model that looks good fairly quickly. There's a lot of really good sculptors and you can make stuff fast, but then you have to do retopology to make it useful for stuff. Retopology is pretty easy and fun. Is it? Is it now? You can do it then. I mean, it can be fun, but I don't know. I do it this way, so I don't have to do that, and I don't really know how to sculpt either. There's a lot of stuff I just don't want to learn with that. I find this more interesting. Just manually touching everything, even though it's probably not the best way to do things. Detail lethal models. I think I also watched the same video. I think we can get rid of one of these lines. Thought process on parts. I mean, yeah, it was good. A lot of people don't say stuff. Pebbles diaper. Star run speedruns because I knew it'd be over before there was. Yes. Heard of Bottle Cat? I feel like I have heard of it, but I haven't really seen it. Ball Cat is low. Alright, sorry, I have to respond to someone. Water time. Doesn't even look like real Ball Cat. Power of the god. Are you gourmand but you don't get tired? Is that what it is? And you look ridiculous? That would be pretty cool. I feel like I just removed these. How could that possibly be better? On Discord. Send it just in the Rain World channel. Oh, I've never noticed this. On the bottom of the screen, it has a bunch of the shortcuts of what you can do at this point. Those that haven't been there, I don't believe. So if I press up, what is precision mode? Ooh. Ooh. I like it. He does Gourmand, but does he work like Gourmand? That was the question. No, they don't. Okay. Missed opportunity to make OP Gourmand. Multiplied swarm targets. That is kind of funny. I'm gonna make this dark purple the inside edge. It's a question what this is about. I think we just make it so that chunk doesn't exist. I think I hide all of these. Why did that grab that? Da diaper. What's going on, diaper boy? Probably doesn't need to come down that far. More slow cats mod, which makes Felicity. Oh, cool. I haven't seen that one. Makes sense it exists though. How does a predate come on? It's supposed to be in timeline, I assume. I like where this is at. I am enjoying this suddenly, now that I have a pretty good idea of how I want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna go get water though. So, I will be right back. Alright. Hello. In 40 minutes, this playlist will be over. What is the next one I should go to? Farron. Farron, he has a diaper. Farron, he's wearing a diaper. How could this happen? Or a soundtrack? I just had an idea of another one to play, but I already forgot what it was. I have Katana Zero here, but some of the songs are much louder than they should be. Yeah, I think this will work. I just gotta... So right now it's just a basic idea. I want to raise this whole line up so it can be slipped inside. Yes, hello, Star Chaser. Did you win the video game? I'm gonna say it again. If you want to be doing the event thing we're gonna do later and feel like you can do Spearmaster, definitely let me know. I did not win. Okay. When you have a grapple one in the pearl, yeah. That's the worst part. If you want to do the use passage that brings item with you version, could probably be okay with that. Diaper boy. Okay. Okay. Don't think about it. Hello, Val. Event? Yes. So I want to do for the anniversary, have every single run of Pebbles of story, all 9 of them happen at some point during that week or around that week, and so have 1 per day would be the idea. So right now we had a bunch of people picked out. The person that we had to do Spearmaster isn't really available, and we don't have someone to do Artificer either. So I would be doing Artificer, and either Nano will pick up a second run of Spearmaster. Or yeah, basic idea. Pitch in for Spearmaster, if you're willing to, yes. Who's doing Saint? Finidai. They said they might not be available, but they'll figure it out. Regon's doing Rivulet. Otherwise, Regon would do like 4 of them. And equals movement. You just need to do the run. That's all that matters. Also, we technically have no Gourmand runners, but Cyrillith will do it. No one plays Gourmand. Legitimately, people should do the food quests, because it's a good run. It's not a joke. Why does no one do Gourmand? Because slow. You could probably get a pretty good time for Gourmand. We have 2 story runs on Gourmand. One is 3 hours and 40 minutes. The other is 40 minutes. And then for Food Quest, we have 2 that are just under 2 hours. And then the recent one that just came out, I really like their route, is one just under 1 hour, and they've never done any other run before. I really like what they found for a route. But I find the dates for each run when I am assured of all the people. I will let you know, and then you guys choose your own run. You'll have to talk to Human Gorilla if you remember. Unless people play Imp, do they? Because I think a lot more people play Imp. Also, yeah, go to speedrun.com and you can go look at the Downpour runs. This one will take you straight to it. But yeah, the ones that don't have a lot of runs is Gourmand, the Monk one. We're thinking about adding a Survivor one. We're not sure how much people would like that. And Spearmaster is probably one of the hardest runs, and it's currently held by someone who threw 1 spear throughout the entire run because he felt like it. So you can beat that run, but it's hard. It's not easy to beat either. Hello, I love Scugs. Hello. I see you have the best emote on Twitch. I love that emote so much. I didn't believe such purity could be created. This is why we created the opposite and made this one. Double. But yeah, if we had people routing Gourmand, we really have no one doing Gourmand. Cyrillith's the only one that kinda did it, and even then they weren't the most serious about it. We had people just doing food quests or the story run. That'd be really cool. Technically, there's Outer Expanse, which is you just going to Outer Expanse immediately. That's not interesting. Story makes it so you have to go to Pebbles first, then Outer Expanse. And then food quest, you don't have to go to Pebbles. You just do the food quest, and then you go to Outer Expanse. Is the deal. It's your time to learn Gorm. Could be interesting. I should not have copied this. Just move this over here. But hello, I love Skugs. How much do you love Rainworld? We must know. Gummon's story isn't that bad. The way I spoke to you about it didn't feel like that. I remember talking to you about it, and you're like, I never want to do Gourmand again. That's what I got from it. Imagine someone who likes Gourmand wouldn't mind. Yeah. The story run, I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't like it when I looked at your run, Regon. I really liked the food quest because I thought it was creative. And you actually go through Pipe Yard. It's actually useful. You go from Shoreline to Sky Islands, and I think it's so cool. King Vulture, take its face. You're not always gonna run a King Vulture, though. Pipe Yard, it's not that bad. It's just not great. Most of the reason why people don't go to Pipe Yard is because it's literally better to go anywhere else. It's weird that elite scavs can just have Singularity Bomb. Kinda. But I think it's great. As someone who used to balance modded SCP Secret Lab, I used to just make it so people could have very high explosive weapons. 1% spawn chance. Because I thought it was funny. So, I think it works great. Doesn't need to make sense. There's a lot of really good music in Pipe Yard, yeah. Because all of it's custom music. One of them's based off of Sub, I believe it was called. Sump Tunnel by Below. Learn how to swim. Immediately two people being like, Subtunnel's the best place I've ever been. I know it is pretty rough. It's not simple. It's like a worse drainage, but it's still not the worst drainage has ever been. So being present 15 seconds in Vale North Star. That's what I was saying. I still think that's great. I like Veiled North Star a lot. There's a second one. What I mean, like with water. I mean, it's not necessarily that. Some tunnel's just a runoff tunnel. Doesn't necessarily mean that. I don't know if I like it being that far. I think we're gonna cool it on the giant ripples, but I gotta figure out how I make it, like we twist it. Whoops. Zeta lost in. Oh, we're 3 more consistently. I don't know it too well yet. I've only gone through it 2 times, really just 1 time, and that was as Saint during testing. Not sure how well this is gonna work out until we see it actually happen. This is like too much. My most guys rough on me. Yeah, there is a lot of one ways. You should play Aether Ridge, Faerun. Nothing bad will happen to you. It's definitely not mostly full of one ways everywhere. I don't know if Aether Ridge is on Downpour yet. That's still an old one. One way I can think of, there's at least 2 that I'm aware of. Which is more than pretty much any region. There's 2 in some tunnel. Oh yeah, there is kind of one really annoying spot. I'll try to bring that up. Survivor. Pipe yard. Doesn't show the water level. There's a lot of just certain tunnels. That's a one-way. I know it has anti-stick on it. Although you can technically just take the other path. These swims are really rough. This room's also super rough. I just wouldn't even do that. Go the long way around. It's kind of just... You can't always go through every room, yeah. It's not like this... The sump tunnel area isn't like the worst one-ways, because it's literally just, oh, just go to the other room. The shelter in sump tunnel is a trap. But why? Seems fine to me. Because you can get out going up there, if you know you can go up. Going to the right is just not good. Forces you to go to shoreline. Does it? I don't think it does. Yeah, you can get out going that way. It's pretty rough, though. And you need a spear? Going back through? I don't see where you need a spear. Unless you need a spear to make that first jump, which would make sense. I think that you can make that first jump to the pole that's hanging off the ceiling in the shelter room, can you? It's hard to tell when I'm not in game, but if you can't make that, that is not great. And then it is kind of a trap. You gotta do this washing machine go counterclockwise to make it out. And go back into pipe yard. Going left, yes. Just not as much food. There's a decent bit of food, but for gourmand, if you're stuck in that small area, yeah, that's not great. 2 spears without any movement. Like, if you can throw a spear downward, you can do it in 1. If you... I don't know if you could do that in 2 spears. I guess you could do it in 3, 100%. Because then you could get up to one of the poles in that shelter room. Or sorry, I was staring at things. Yeah, I get it more now, staring at it more. I am hungry all of a sudden. I really haven't eaten much today, I'm realizing. If I made a mod that makes video back, video group each time they really go damage, which is random. I mean, that'd be cool. I've been trying to look at other throwable mods. I still haven't yet. Throwable programs. Because I'm not as happy with Meeps. However, Meeps has done the first thing I am happy about, and that is announce there will be an update for the the program, which is about time. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to be looking at VTuber Plus and seeing how well that works. Thing about Meeps is that no one else uses it, and everyone thinks I'm crazy when I mention it because they don't know what I'm talking about. At least it feels like that. Because you can't automate switching avatars. That and just no one else makes Meep models. I don't know, it just really annoyed me. Someone's like, hey, I'm gonna make throwables for a bunch of VTuber programs. Which ones do people use? And it's like, oh, the Live 2D one, V9 and VTuber Plus, the 2 3D ones, and Meeps. And I think I'm the only person that voted for Meeps. There's like 50 people who voted. So yeah, that's how I feel. I don't think we're going this far out in the back. Better line about the amazing software. It does what it needs to, and it probably does so cleaner than the other ones, to be honest. It's better than Tifa, because you can actually make your own throwables, and it's got some more functionality. So that's good. That's all I wanted at the time, but now there's other things that I'm aware of. Did you make your own models anyway? Well, originally I changed the Meeps because it was the only one that I knew that I could make my own models for. But now I know of V9 and VTuber Plus, and apparently VTuber Plus can have throwing, and you can change models. Don't know how well that's going to function, to be honest. Really, what we're all waiting for is VC Face to not be a terrible file type and program at times. It does very good for what it needs to, but have everything integrated in itself. So you can have throwables in VC Face itself instead of needing VC Face and then another program. They do good. I'm making fun of them, but I don't know. Bad file type? I mean, it's fine. It does what it needs to. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna have some problems. It's very limiting compared to other 3D things, but just needs to do what it needs to do. I don't know. Like, it's not something... I just remember hearing people talk about it. of why they didn't like it as much. And it made sense because it was all the same things that I've experienced. But yeah, don't let me discourage you on the program. If you can get it worked the way you need to do it. Way too spaghetti? I have no idea unless I mess with it, but... As with any VTubing software, it probably lives on hopes and dreams. So... Take that as you will. I'm interested to see how this next one goes, because if this next one looks like it's alright, I'm okay with how this is going. Otherwise, I forget about the back entirely. Make this one just flat sheen, and don't worry about stuff kind of shell, interlocking, telescoping. How's Moving Castle was good yesterday. Still kind of thinking about that. I like how they explain nothing. Only thing I don't get... I need to go wider. I'm like scrunching in too much. One thing I don't get about a lot of Studio Ghibli stuff is just people are so okay with their suddenly very different situation. Which I feel like makes no sense to me. Have you tried the Outfit system for basically changing models automatically? I'm not sure which thing you're talking about. I didn't fully read what you were saying. But I have not tried anything that automatically changes models, no. Forgot about this sign. Do we want this to go over? Meeps Taurus segment playing out specifically to the middle disability missions with leader model. That would require me to have like all of my slug cats overlaid over each other at the same time. Which I didn't want to do. I probably should do that, but it would require me to specially make the model to work in just Meeps. But I could definitely do stuff like that. I mean, I would assume it works the same way. So if I press Control Shift F1, F2 makes the X eyes, F3, F4 does the different blink, and F5 is this one. Need that the same exact armature for each look at? Yes, which is not true for all of mine. Whether it be the extra bits, like how the side of my face has their own thing. Stuff like that. Hello, Inky. Hello. So we're trying to figure out right now, Inky. When it comes to this guy for the stomach, the idea is that it's a bunch of different layers, and each layer is overlaid over the next one. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it. I'm kind of thinking I just make it all flat, and I just do like... I maybe want to try to figure out how to do normal meshes, just to get the texture I'd want, instead of physically doing it here. I feel like that'd make more sense, but we're already into this, so we get to figure out how it works. It's stretch time. Is that a green Bionicle in the background? It sure is. It's Pebbles in real life. What's with that? Because Bionicles are made of ball joints, and that's just going to be what I look at for how I want to do connections at every spot. Also, I want y'all to see one of the coolest VTubers I've seen in a little while. Yes.
So
Fishy. Pebbles' great grandfather. Sound like you need to do it again? Well, I mean, I'm not doing anything again, really. But I might do everything again after I make it if I hate how it rigs. Every time I see one, I feel old, depreciated technology. Bionicles are dead! They even make Bionicles anymore? I feel like they barely existed in the first place. I've gotta be honest.
Go to motion radar.
Okay. Alright. We also still have the chess piece here, which I'm probably not going to change. I'm just thinking about how I want the back to go. I also feel old. I don't think anyone's really that old. Val. Only Val is old here. No one else. What? Crying and shaking. Thought you were a scary ghost cat that's dead. You were ancient and unknowable. Does this mean Pebbles is a snake? I think I could get away with how this is and just have like a static black body on the inside that even if you look up in between, just see that instead. Have to go to bed now. Okay, goodbye. Do you like ball cat? I think ball cat is important. Okay, goodbye. I think I can get away with that. Probably be inset a bit. Might have to push out everything. I think I do want this shape here, even if it makes this part suffer. Hello, just Chimera. Welcome. Feel like I've gone too high. How it do? I'm unsure if I should keep going with the way I'm doing it or just stop it and then just create an outline and then just try to texture it so it looks like what I'm doing here. It would do the job, but it might not look as cool because there wouldn't actually be the mechanical parts. So what's happening is we've got this kind of whole body section, and so I'm making it so it's kind of telescoping, so the bottom part is inside everything else, and then the top part lays over the next one, and then lays over the next one, and lays over the next one, and the chest piece front and back will lock it all in. So it's kind of like it'll be tapering upwards to some degree. If that even makes sense, but I'm giving everything a buffer, at least right now. Looks good so far, personally. I don't know how this is gonna bend yet. Yeah, just a problem. How will it blend? How will it blend, Val? Tell us your secrets. Give us all of your money, Val. Need to add colliders later? I don't know how that would work. How does colliders do things? What does that mean? I don't know how that would work as a VTuber. You mean a modifier collider? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of colliders within the same model interacting with each other. It's always been different models interacting with each other. I get what you mean, but I don't know if I can do that. Or if that's even a thing. Like, we make the collider the mesh of the thing, and the mesh of the other thing can't go inside of the other thing. Right? Limited movement. I mean, I'd prefer limited movement as long as it can actually move. That soft lock last stream? I don't remember us talking about a soft lock, but what do you mean? In Rain World? You can get stuck via TP. Yeah, I know. If you activate a gate, the other region will load, period. So if you load in Metropolis, you have to exit out the Metropolis side if you activate it. That will happen. That is an intended thing. Just you need to be teleported to the other side. And it all. Yes. Yes. You can activate gates backwards. You're gonna have to be teleported multiple times before you can probably, 1, activate it, and 2, get to the proper side. You can just die, and you could just leave the room and go to the next area, is what I mean. You should always be able to do that, unless you load, like, bitter areas, certain characters, because that will crash your game, probably. And by that I mean Saint. Yeah, you should always get able to get out as long as you get teleported again. Connects bitter area though, can they? I really thought it just crashed. It's just Artie who can't. I mean, for people who can actually get to the gate. But yeah, I've taken gates backwards on many occasions, and that's also a way to get into regions you're not supposed to. They refuse to TP me back. This sounds like a problem with your chat. Random trolls sometimes. You must control the gremlins. Did I check their enforced run? Most people didn't. That's why it's the special one. And remember, you can use channel points in your own chat if you want things to happen. Redacted. Got the farmer but out of that, and also one of the learned to hate Gourmand Pup. Do they kill you? I hope they kill you. They need 12 pips. They didn't even reduce it. They should reduce it. It's randomized? Who decided this was a good idea? Alright, what do we think? Do we think we should have this piece be fully under both this piece and the chest piece? Or just have it be another layer? I had 2 and almost all of it's also over the quarter bit. If we make it over. I think I need to puff out some pieces though. Kept it all to the wall, I think. This red little gorb. Happy growing boy. Rotund. Alright, it's been another hour. I'm gonna stand up. It's very strange looking at it as an overview. Is Pebbles becoming a boulder nicely? Maybe. He does have a diaper, though. So that's very important. What do you mean by chimeric crimer? Don't know what that means. So we're at this point. I don't know why that didn't hide. Oh, it is hidden. We're at this point. I'm unsure how I feel about it. I just made the basic idea there. So I've got to make a thing in the back. Crimer full of crime. Shakespeare Masters, you yes. Trash garbage filling episode like the Moloch. It's Hunter, but you get to throw spears more and not care about it as much, but you're standing still more. So you can't get to move as much. Yes, I hope everything's going well. And yes, everything worked out well for Deludio thing. It's just an annoying mess, though. Well, this is bad. It's rough either way. What do you think of snake-scaled Pebbles, Dreki? I keep thinking like this might not bend well. And maybe I should just do a flat mesh that is textured. I didn't actually put the purple parts in yet. Pebbles. I want to bring this out. Grab what? The weird center of balance. They're very light. Where is the redeem to put Dreki in the void? You gotta wait until Dreki streams. So you can do that. Gonna do a runner. Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to ask you about Dreki. I'll actually DM it to you. Because I know we talked something of the like in the past. I will do that now. To have a transparent ground on it, but the original render project has gone to after. No. Why are we eating the snake? Right now, Dreki is leaving the abyss. There was this. put snacks in there. True. The Void and I have a love-hate relationship. Okay, I sent the Dreki a thing. That may or may not matter. Just thinking about puffing out some parts. I think I should be using this more, but that might crush some of the levels. I feel like I should have another line here. I guess I could bring this one down. Ah, there's the good song. Ah! Water Marsh, this is dashing and bashing. Just make sure of this real quick. Cadence of Hyrule. You know, so there's something that was recently figured out. It's kind of relevant for what me and Ricky are talking about, but not really at the same time, so I'm just gonna talk about it. For marathons, they're figuring out after looking at a lot of the numbers that really it's just a worse idea to do marathons overnight. And you should just do them during prime time only. So to stop at like 11 to midnight Eastern, if you're streaming Eastern time. And then starting again at say 10 a.m. so everyone has a lot of time to sleep, and there's that 10-hour break there. And it really doesn't affect, in fact, even makes it better in terms of numbers if you're looking for just the amount of people to potentially be able to see your event. Water time stretch. So I like that. Because now we don't need to, probably shouldn't even be thinking about doing awkward overnight things. This is still dashing and bashing. Just the second part of it. 24-hour charity stream. I think I kind of remember that. But I think on all the stuff that I've done, depending on you when you stream and when you do things, changes a lot. No names of this track. I know this track because there's like, I bought the disc that has all the piano, just bass of everything on piano. And this and like one other song were the only happy songs. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go back to doing this. There's a lot of not happy sounding songs in Will o' the Wisps. Did you ever play any of the Oris, Dreki? It's also a question. Good luck with the money. Go check on the tonight. All right. I think if you did either of the Gourmand runs, that would be great because we really don't have anyone doing it. And if you really enjoy it, that's great. From what the only thing that I would say is, from what I understand, you should always stand. You get your stamina back when you're laying down and stuff. And if you ever get tired, you should just immediately wait for that to come back. And then you're no longer tired. But don't be like trying to do all the different situations where you're not going insane with that. Don't worry about being tired too much. Not a fan of the beginning of it? What's wrong with the beginning of it? I don't understand that part. Arachnophobia? So the first room, the room immediately after the first room, for some reason on launch had way more spiders than it was supposed to. So now it has a lot less. And you get out of the spider area very quickly now. One episode I'm very satisfied with what it ended, but it didn't feel like I should play the second one when it dropped. Ori 1 was a big deal to me, so I had to play the second one right when it came out. It had what? The second room in Gourmand had way too many spiders that people would almost assuredly die to them. So they had to reduce it. So now it's not as bad. I think I died to the spiders day one. I barely didn't die to the spiders day one. Why was Ori in the Blind Forest run at inconsistent speed? Would he be still gonna enable something like who's driving? Don't know anything about it. I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean the speed runs, or I don't fully know how that works, but having different frame rates affects a lot of things, and they just try to make it fair by capping it at 60. Didn't have the cache at the time. They didn't patch it for a while, so I have no idea. Hello, Leon. Hello. Are you prepared to see Snake, Pebbles? Observe him in all of his snaky goodness. So I'm figuring out how I want to do this. I don't know how well this is going to bend. That's something you just said. It sure is. He has a diaper, Leon. Aren't you proud of him? He put it on himself. Okay. So, this is where we're at. I'm just trying to make it so each one above it fits over the next piece. I'm torturing Saren as we speak. I just think it's funny. I always knew it would end like that if I was gonna have a single piece like this, and it's good like that. This is a good design. As I don't know if this didn't have this piece, if this was just like a front cover, I don't know how any of this would connect. You could probably just have this be nothing and just have literally bionicle shape where it's just a stick that comes down and it goes out to the side and there's the two ball joints. Also, yes, Fahrenheit did do this. There's exclamation point ref. If you want to see that, the original. You'll see the three important pieces up top there. Will it blend? I don't know if it will blend correctly. A couple things I want to test. What Vulture-esque can be crafted. Lily pucks do fixed damage if you're still there, Dapper. As I'm aware, at least. Might be wrong. Did you know if you stab a vulture in the face with a lily puck, it will always demask it? Very fun. Be like, oh yeah, you have the poster behind you, don't you? I have mine to my right. It's a little lower than it probably should be, but that's fine. Did you finish MGS 3? No. We're gonna do it this Saturday. I am in the base. And I have killed the Fury. Got your prince. Neon also got prince. Games sometimes run out and get some speed. I don't know the specifics about it. I just did what I was told for it because I knew frame rate messes up stuff. Zap Trap. You would have to ask White Paws about it because they're one of the top runners. Helpful for casual monk runs. Monk can't demask normally, so yes. Wish I could have mine up in front, but alas, the reason the place has a moment of menace, they thought windows were acceptable. I could have mine right in front of my monitor, but I need to hurt the wall, and I'm not ready to do that. Actually, I know I could log out. Alright, thank you for stopping by. I'm still waiting for a Rivulet plush. When does that happen, by the way? Was it this month, or is it April? Oh yeah, I just finished my taxes. Yes! It's over! It wasn't that bad. I think TurboTax cheated me, but we'll find out. Ice too rich? No. From some place to file mine. I had mine for a few weeks now, so I decided. Alright, first of all, anyone's gonna take that that's run by the Nacho G. I haven't had that problem yet. I almost died to that. It started to happen, but it didn't actually happen. It was mid-cycling. Got a filtration on Hunter Pup, but a Mulligami. You're doing the Jolly Co-op pup, right? I don't think you're really that different. You should do the pups plus pup, Leon. Because then you'll actually be a pup, like the AI pup that can barely jump. It's on the PS5. It will be a bit different, but it's not going to be Pups Plus. Very different. I can't carry anything. I mean, yeah. That's what happened when you're small, but Pups Plus makes it so you can barely jump. Paid Pups Plus? Okay. I was just making sure. But were you the pup? Or did you just spawn the pups? Trying to get up through chimney. Pups Plus moment. Spread the disease. No one will escape. Does that look alright? Let's look at it from here. Does that look like you envisioned, Saren? Is there anything you think should be different? I think we bring this point down here. Otherwise, I'm gonna make the purple parts there. forgot I did that. I'm gonna make the purple parts there part of the texture, because I feel like making it part of the geometry. I could make it part of the geometry. I like making part of the geometry would make it too much for that mesh. It would just be too detailed. Like, I know how I'd want to do it, but there's gonna be a lot of complexity in nodes there that I don't want to do. Like, do an actual inset. It'd probably look really nice, but then it would just... too much thing. Need to bring out this, but this is looking... it's sitting in there all right. So the one thing that I'm still worried about is, of course, actually seeing up inside, which I'm not going to worry about too much, because we're going to put a... like a thin, matte, flat body just in there that looks like trash, but you shouldn't see it too often. And it would make up all the ball joints and stuff like that. That's going to cover everything. Seeing how these will bend will be interesting. I think I'm not going to have these all stiff. We're just going to do an automatic weight. We're just going to see what happens, and then we'll decide how we want to do it from there. Hello, Crab. Hello. Did you enjoy the movie? Did we decide on a movie? I still want to see Princess Mononoke next Monday. We're watching movies every Monday now. If people are interested. From Crab's definitely legal sources. I have no idea. It's amazing we discuss. I really enjoy. I was thinking we decide on Friday, but I just want to see Princess Mononoke because it's one I haven't seen. I almost want to make this, like, not... like, delete this. And make it just not good. And just a black mass. I feel like that wouldn't look as good from the back. It's almost like, how much do I care about the back? I think it's good like that. This inside leg will be fun. I mean that, legitimately. Just the... inserted into the outer shell here. I think I might want to delete the inside layer for a lot of these. Ooh, those normals are wrong. So the question is, did Howl know it was her the whole time as the old lady? That's the real question. Yeah, I need to think about that. I think this will work because it'll fit on top of this layer. I do like how they made him not just a character that knows everything and is the greatest character ever made. Because for a little while I thought it'd be like, oh, he just comes in, every time he exists, he solves everything. A little worried about that. I love blue sun sticks. Welcome to my torment. Need to make this smoother. There was something I was thinking about. That should have been changed. I don't want to bring the collar down, I guess is the question. Low zap trap. Kind of don't like the point there. Having points like that just is a excuse for trouble whenever I've designed something like this. I don't mean in 3D modeling. I mean in if you're working with something that has a point just on a area you would think would be smooth, you're always going to catch it when you're working on stuff. Thinking on a practical level. Maybe I should make this mesh really, really complex. I'm at this point where I'm not high poly and I'm not low poly. I'm kind of like in the middle with a lot of my stuff. poke himself at that point. It's mostly if anyone else touches him. Is this the back? Yeah, this is the back. It's a pretty flat back you're gonna have. I have a stupid idea. Make this practical.
Where's
Pebbles was a car bumper. Where would they put the connections? save check. Just getting some ideas of how this would actually snap together. If I was to actually make this. This is reminding me of a toy I used to have a little bit. These clips aren't the best idea. I think pretty much every single one on the inside here. Is facing the wrong way. Yeah, the normals are good, so it's gonna shade correctly now. Hello, Sneak Dog. Hello. We're making pebbles today. Like it's going all right. Although I'm just thinking about how parts actually connect right now. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Not really getting much from this. I'm not sure if I should have the back. I guess the front is on top of the back. Because, like, do you put the front on and then the back, or do you put the back on and then in front? Because it's kind of like you are building a Bionicle, where you start with the waist, and there's the tube joints, kind of goes off, and then you stack a piece, you stack a piece, you stack a piece, and then from the side you bring in the front and the back. I suppose you bring in the back first. Or the back is just part of the skeleton that has the balls. Not sure. I think I do. One of these. Let's stop listening to the music. Aldwood Depth's the happiest place. Me, when I'm full of happiness, I listen to Aldwood Depths. What's wrong with darkness and depression? I don't know, man. You tell me. Thinking that I want to do this. How did I separate that? I don't know if I should fill this with blackness. It's gonna be terrible, because it's gonna be like clothes on it. Oh boy, I love weight painting clothes. Try to have it here as a initial thing. Okay. I don't even know what I just did, to be honest. It just didn't allow me to do anything. Now everything looks worse! Okay, I did just change that. Oh, this is funny. And full of thoughts. Okay, that looks terrible. Oh. I could finish White Paw's model and just put it in there. 5 Pebbles after rot. It's true. Okay. Right. I'm going to raid someone now. It has been 3 hours. So we're gonna raid someone who also does 3D every once in a while. They're doing some traditional art for some emotes, it appears. I will stream Thursday. I will see what I can do for other work for this. But a lot of stuff that I have to do is gonna take some time. So I gotta actually make a good mesh and not just kind of throw things together. I need to think about the design of how the front and the back of the chest comes together. I probably could just make it so the back of the chest is a whole cylinder, and it is just the part of the front thing, and it kind of just snaps together. I think I have an idea. I should look at the Bionicle stuff. I like just snapping it together like a Bionicle thing, though. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go now. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.
Giapponese, por favor. No, mentira. A ver, no me molesta lo que pusieron.